OhkoXar. Welcome to the first round match, the losers bracket, or the comeback bracket as Sylvie calls it, and I now like to call it. I will be commentating. I'm the Damascus Gamer, and I am joined by Sawa.
Hello, I'm Salyosh, and I'll be co-comming this race.
So let's take a look at the board, see what we have here. I'm seeing waterways grubs can end up being an issue. So they're going to need tram pass for that. Obtain God Tuner. That's going to be fun because that could be literally anywhere. King Station Stag. If it's not part of the logical progression, that could be anywhere.
Ooh, we have Path of Pain on here. That should be fun.
Path of Pain, yippee. I am a Path of Pain enjoyer.
I am also a Path of Pain enjoyer. I'm glad that we're going to be able to see that at least once today, hopefully twice.
Yeah.
Quite a few things on here.
Also, Spore Shroom is hard required because of the tablet and edge.
Tablet and edge, of course. Requiring Spore Shroom to see where Mr. Mushroom shows up. Though we won't be seeing Mr. Mushroom today, probably. All right. Are we about ready to go?
That is a good question.
All right, we got a call for readies for each runner. Okay, looks like we have everyone ready. So I'll count us off and we'll be off on our way today.
Yeah, Midwife is on the board. So it looks like classic diagonal setups. We have one racer starting by Brooding Moloch, and the other will be starting in lower green path by the Vessel Fragment.
Yep. Got both in this like upper left area of the map. No one starting, anything in city or anything in lower parts of the map this time.
Yeah, not yet anyways.
Yeah. Have Quato getting somewhat of a head start on the restream end. Everyone's going at the same time, but do we have here?
See if we see any early Molochs today. Also, is that green path just vanilla?
I am not sure. It might be. It looks like it was 85, and I think 85 is vanilla. So that's fun. We do have one nail upgrade. We do need I believe nail 3 is just get nail 3. In which case we do need those 3 nail upgrade random checks.
I believe nail 3 is just the
what's that?
By the third item from the nailsmith.
Okay.
So in that case, that is 3 nail upgrades.
That is not as random. Still random because you do need nail lore for that, but
yeah,
not quite as bad as the 3 out of 4 random in pain, which there is on the board because complete Path of Pain is on there.
Okay, Queen's Garden Stag at 10 grubs, Duplicate Dreamer at 20.
Duplicate Dreamer at 20. Those are both going to be things that you want to be getting this seed. Probably. Especially that Dreamer. 20 for that is a pretty good deal, all things considered.
How did that Vengefly survive?
I have no clue. It might be related to, like, iframe things, but I don't know. Okay.
Zelda has everything, it looks like.
Yeah.
Geo, Isma's tier, money, dash.
And a dash. That dash is going to be important this seed. And that dash is going to be something that I don't think Blue is going to be getting just yet.
Yeah.
Going through lowered crossroads instead of going straight up to Dirtmouth. You have dive on there instead, though.
It's a little unfortunate that Blue Team's taken this route. There's no way they have to know that's going to lose them.
Yeah. As soon as Teal marks anything outside of anything in Fungal, anything that you can't get without dash, that's gonna be a red flag for Blue to be like, hey, there's something that you don't have that they do. So I'm not sure if there's anything on here in Fungal that they can get with dash.
I mean, could we visit all 4 shops?
Yeah, that's true. All 4 shops, that's gonna be a dash locked or other movement locked.
With our Mantis Claw.
Moloch Claw, that's big. So we have dash, we have claw, and Blue has neither and has no way of knowing where those are. We do know that Moloch is in logic with a Moloch start and dive, but I don't know if we're gonna be seeing that today, or at least anytime soon.
Yeah. This could be really, really unfortunate for Blue if they don't go and do Moloch right away. Like, there are a couple different directions that the Crossroads player could have gone, and this is unfortunately the worst one.
Yeah, at least in this seed. We do have Oko going down to Fungal. I don't remember, and with the Mantis Claw, yeah, you can climb back out of Gome journal entry. I don't recall if it was Oko or Banana that went to go check the shops in Dirtmouth.
So
okay,
Banana checking the journal beneath Stone Sanctuary, getting Love Key. So
that
that's going to tell Blue Team right away that there is an early claw.
That is a bold play.
Celery already on her way to Moloch.
Okay, so we are at least seeing a early-ish claw from both teams. Not quite having dash yet, but that claw definitely going to help get places.
I don't see Blue missing dash much longer. I expect to see Celery go up to Dirtmouth right after this.
Though it's also possible seeing Claw right here, and we do see it on Quato's end a bit early. It's possible that she gets Claw and just decides to leave because Claw gives so many other checks.
Elevator pass from Vengefly King, so that's going to get our runners access to the left side of city.
That is left city access. Not quite right city in logic, but there is a shade skip that you can do as long as you don't have swim. I think we are going to see that Dirtmouth, though, that dash from Blue Team pretty soon here.
Blue getting that Grubs information. Now that I think about it, that dive and elevator pass means that with the Crystal Peaks Dark Room, you can get to right side city.
That is true. So we do have all of city and logic. We also have the only thing that we don't have in logic and city are Soul Tyrant, which we can't get to because of a lack of Dream Nail, and Watcher Knights and Watcher Spire Lurian because we don't have a second spell.
Yeah. I mean, the Dark Room is not in Logic without Lantern, but I would not be surprised to see that from some of our runners today.
Yeah, either team here absolutely could do that. Maybe seeing Journal Below Stone Sanctuary from Quato. Not marked on the board, but that is one goal for blue. And there it is marked.
Blue getting Sprint Master. Nice little speed boost. Not as important with dash, but it's never a bad thing to have.
It can still help. It can mess with some movement in cycles, but usually it's pretty much worth to have it on, as long as it's a low cost notch cost, which it looks like it's a bit heavy this seed, maybe.
3 cost.
3 cost, a little bit heavy. Not something that you want to be seeing on a mobility charm like Sprint Master or Dash Master.
Celery is going to be picking up that Shaman Stone Celubra, locked behind 2 charms, so Teal could not buy it.
Oh, and we do get Vanilla Wraiths. Vanilla Wraiths at Howling Wraiths as certainly a randomizer moment.
Yeah. That's already 2 vanilla checks this seed. Homothety, I want a refund.
We want a refund. We want to get all of our geo that we spent on this randomizer back. Could buy a fortune with that. That does mean also that with Dash, Dive, and Wraiths, we do have boss logic, which means that we have in logic basically every boss fight. The only boss that is not in logic, that as long as you can get to it, is Fluke Farm, which requires at least either Shade Soul or Abyss Shriek.
Yeah, and regardless, we don't have Crystal Heart or Swim, so we couldn't get to Fluke Farm anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our first major bit of divergence here, I think, with Celery going into City, using that elevator pass, and Ohko going into Peak. Queen Station Stag from Queen Station. What a video game.
What a video game. This is a seed of all time in terms of vanilla checks, or at the very least French vanilla checks.
So Teal now has 2 simple keys, I believe. One from Green Path, one from Crystal Peak.
2 simple keys, enough to unlock everything. You can split the simple keys across both runners and get 4 doors open with the simple keys.
And Quato getting a white fragment from Palm Relic.
Yeah.
That is definitely something that Teal will want.
I believe the
especially
first...
with Soul being free.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I believe that's also the first piece of True Ending that we've seen picked up today. We did see a Dreamer at Grubs earlier, but we don't have that picked up yet.
Quato going over to Sports Room area. And getting a Charm Notch. That progress towards his 6 notches goal.
Mm-hmm. And also just useful in general.
Quato going right into Deep Nest and not bowing to the Moss Prophet first. That's an unusual decision.
Unusual. It does mean that Teal doesn't know that you're in Deep Nest or around that area. So it could be a strategic play. It could also be just forgetting that it's on the board.
Yeah. And I dare say, I'm inclined to think it's the latter, just because Teal, you only need Claw to get to that.
Yeah,
and
I
Teal
agree.
already has it.
Yep. And a quick commercial break on Celery's end as we see the other 3 in Peak, in Green Path fighting Hornet, and in Deep Nest. We do. Do we have tram pass? I don't remember if we
No
do.
tram pass.
No
We
tram
do have
pass.
elevator pass.
Okay.
Both teams with that lifeblood core, though, is going to be helpful for 10 lifeblood masks at the same time.
Yeah. Without that, you can't really get that goal without... You can't comfortably, at the very least, get that goal without Jonies. But we do have 4 lifeblood with that, so we only need 3 lifeblood pickups.
And Dream Shield in Deep Nest. So...
That's an inventory drop from Quato.
Unfortunate. So that is going to end up helping. Also, we saw Spore Shroom from Hornet. Very interesting.
Okay.
So Spore Shroom is just hard-required the seed for that top left goal. And Hornet could get isolated for a long, long time.
A long time. It's a long check, it's a boss fight, and you don't really think to go back to it very often. So this is pretty good, I think, for Teal. Though we do also see a Vengeful Spirit from Blue. Useful for damage, but not really super needed, I believe. Especially already having Dash, Claw, and 2 spells.
Seeing a question in chat, yes. If one player picks something up, their teammate does also obtain it. And Crystal Heart in the Crystal Heart room.
Great, we have another French vanilla item. Of course we do. This is the French vanilla seed.
I'm disappointed in the Rando man right now.
We got all the flavors of ice cream. Straight down the ice cream aisle, this seed. And a white fragment.
Not much chocolate. Yeah, another white fragment. In this one in Crystal Peak, and Teal finding it first.
Yeah. So far we've seen 2 white fragments and 1 dreamer. So we have 3 pieces of true ending, and we need 3 dreamers, 3 white fragments, and 3 dream nails to do that Path of Pain goal. Having 4 of each of those in this seed.
Frozen. Yeah, appears to be frozen. I assume they're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Celery's going to be going into Thankdom. I like this play with the early Claw Dive, especially Claw Dive Dash.
Claw Dive Dash.
Okay, we're back on Quato's end.
Okay. And we're all of a sudden in Queen's Gardens. As we see Oko doing the Peaks Darkroom to get to Crystallized Mound, and also Resting Grounds after that. Do we have Seamound access on Teal's end? Yes, we do, because we had that Crystal Dash earlier.
Yeah. Even if it didn't, they're about to get that vanilla raids.
And that does enable the fireball skip rather there.
Yeah.
And we're having a little
Which is harder, but it is doable.
And there it is. Having a little trouble getting through the room in the first place, though.
Yeah.
So there we go. We did make it.
And over to Crystallized Mound we go.
In chat, we have the dearest velocity copy pasta, as well as the same copy pasta in, I believe, French.
Yes, that is indeed French.
Amazing.
Blue marking Bottom Lost Prophet?
Did we see that? I don't think we...
I think
it's
we saw
possible.
that from
I think we
Queen's
did.
Garden side.
I think we did, yeah. Quado getting there from Queen's Garden and skipping it earlier from the fungal side. And we are seeing that Hornet, so...
Yeah, so that's good news for Quado. Yeah, Teal picking up that Bishriek right after Howling Raids. Gotta love that.
very nice to
And
have
Teal
this early
did
on.
also already have Dark, which Blue just got.
Yep. No VS on Teal's end, though. And we do have that VS on Blue. Though, honestly, with Shriek Dark, that doesn't really hinder much.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Not required for any logic at the very least. Especially with that Abyss Shriek for Fluke Marm, if that ever comes up.
Welcome, Raiders. This is the first round of the comeback bracket in the Blackout Trending Rando tournament. Today we have Quato and Celery competing against Ohko and Banana. And we have seen a lot of vanilla or French vanilla checks so far. Let's see whether that continues.
Just going back and forth through that ice cream aisle today, we have some Dearest Homothety random moments as we see Nosk skip from Quato just for that grub. Don't want to see a death here. Celery been on pretty low health the entirety of Sanctum.
So that's another vengeful spirit we have at the Seer.
Oh boy. Lots of spells this seed.
Yeah.
Lots of spells and quite a bit of movement too. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
So, please.
Void.
And God Tuner
okay.
from Soul Sanctum on blue side.
And also a death.
Oh no! That's
not what you want to be seeing.
Really unfortunate.
Especially with how deep into the Sanctum she was. Only, I believe, one last check to get that Soul Totem behind Soul Master.
So Joni's Blessing in Resting Grounds. Teal's going to use that to get the 10 Lifeblood Masks goal.
Okay. Very simple. Put on Joni's, put on Lifeblood Core, and boom. No matter what your health, you have enough for that goal.
Abandoning Sanctum is what I would do here, except for the fact that there's one check left that Celery did not get.
Yeah.
If it's just abandoning the Shade, that's one thing. But there is still that check hanging out there. So, it's just a really unfortunate death. Also, Hidden Station coming from Blue Team. And it looks like Quato is going to be going there.
That is, I believe, logical right side access with Dash Claw.
That is correct.
And I think the first logical access that we've seen today. And there we go, Celery. Back in Sanctum, getting her Shade. There we go. There's so many crawled tick type enemy mods in this game, and I appreciate all of them.
I mean, I appreciate them, but I also feel a little bad for the times when I do have to use them
for soul for skips. There's
for soul for skips. Just when they do get in the way, it's like I don't want to go slow, but on the other hand, I feel bad hurting them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ohko checking Glowing Womb. This is another check you don't usually see this early.
Yeah, but
so
we do
see whether it pays off for Teal. We do have Sea Dash and we do have Claw, so it's completely in logic.
Just a matter of is it worth it at this point in the game? As we see a Waterways play from Blue.
I did not catch what was at Fountain. And
I believe it was a King's Idol.
Okay, that sounds right. Yeah, Pale Ore from Glowing Womb, so that's actually Teal's third. Blue getting their 6th charm notch from Base and Paylor.
Nice. We're seeing, I think this is our first, is it our first False Night today?
Yes, it is our first False Night today.
Amazing. So we'll see what's here. I believe Teal doesn't have a Dreamer, so we're also going to be seeing Ancestral Mound after this.
Yes. We could even... No, we don't have a Dream Nail yet.
No, unfortunately.
It's like Banana Stream.
Celery.
Celery. Please, not again.
Celery. Yeah, there was one more there. Okay. And
Okay.
Spike Tunnel from Quato. Going into Isma's.
Well, now we have a Dream
Okay,
Nail.
now we have a Dream Nail. We have a Dream Nail on Blue's end at the very
both
least.
sides.
Oh, on both sides. Okay.
One was from False Night, the other was from the Broken Bridge Relic.
Great. And also that last that 6th charm notch from Teal. Also
Yeah.
from the Geo chest there.
5 cost Quick Slash is not something you want to see in Rando.
5 cost Quick Slash. I would put it on for Radiance and that's about it.
I might not even do that.
Yeah. I would be overcharming. And there's our second dash at
Yep,
Isma's.
at Isma's Grove. So that is out of logic until we see more simple keys.
Out of logic, but we might see it because it is a goal.
Yes. In fact, we're going to have to see it at some point from Teal.
Are there any Shade Cloak locked goals on the board? I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't think there are.
Yeah,
Just
none that
these-
we know for
these-
sure are Shade Cloak locked. There are some random things that, of course, could be Shade Cloak locked, but we have
Mhm.
no way of knowing that.
And Celery doing Fluke Mormon, then leaving waterway or lower waterways at the very least, because and there's our third white fragment.
It's our second one.
Or second? Okay.
Yeah, Blue already had that.
Okay.
But Teal is going to get to enjoy that free King Soul. Celery, please stop doing this to us. Celery.
Wishing I was a cat with 9 lives, and it's still not going to be enough for this seed.
Okay,
Okay. At least we see some heals.
I'm breathing a little bit, and I'm no longer breathing.
No. We're breathing.
I am scared.
We've been breathing for a grand total of about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Alright, we're at 4 health though. And Celery leaving.
Celery failing? It's odd to possibly just going back for this check.
No, we're warping out here.
Alright, Oko killing Gore.
Soul refill, of course. That's the absolute best thing that you can get from any long check that's a boss fight, anything similar. Is just
Oh, nice
simple
Duke
soul
Claw
refill.
at Flag Eater, by the way.
It's possible we haven't seen that from Blue because I don't think we've seen all 4 shops. We haven't seen all 4 shops, and it might just be Leggear that we haven't seen.
Hele sommet. Bam. Finde.
Alright,
And
we're
Mito
seeing
there. Okay.
Dome Defender play from Celery.
Have plenty of void spells, shouldn't really be an issue here. And we do have dive, so we can get the King's Idol after as well. White Defender going to need 3 Dreamers to unlock, but
Celery, I'm just asking you, please don't use Fury strats here.
Yeah.
Intentionally or unintentionally.
Down to 2. We're down to 2. Hopefully we don't see anything lower. Okay, there we go. Banana going to be going down to Alderhu, and we did just see what was at Flower Quest is simply a soul refill. Not worth the 3, 4, 5 minutes. More if you need more than one try. Trek down to Queen's Gardens.
Yeah.
Luckily not needing that today. As we see resting grounds from Quado. First resting grounds trip on Blue's End.
Yes, and this is the logical resting grounds access.
Yep.
Actually, Swan Sea Dash on its own is logical resting grounds access.
That's true, yeah. Because you can get there from Salubra. Blue Lake, that's the intended way to get into Blue Lake for anyone that's only watched any percent runs, using Claw and Sea Dash to get up there. Usually what they plan for you to do to get into Blue Lake.
Or come from the other side.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways. One of the ways, more intended than the Shade Skip at the very least. And then we're going to be seeing Peak from Blue as well here.
Blue signaling that they have Dream Nail, which Teal already has Dream Nail.
Teal hasn't marked anything that requires Dream Nail yet, so it's possible that Blue doesn't know that they have it. Especially since they were, I believe, different Dream Nails from U10.
Yes, they were different.
So there's the 0 from Teal as well, so both teams each know that they have Dream Nail, and each team knows that they just picked up that Hollowness seal that's so precious and gives a grand, absolutely massive total of 450 Geo when sold.
Okay, Blue learning about that second fireball at the Seer.
Seeing that Mass Shard, the double Mass Shard at the Gome Journal entry. Double Mass Shards only need 2 for an extra health upgrade for an extra Mass. It gets rid of a couple checks in shops, making it a bit less rather lopsided towards shops. So a lot of these checks and a lot of dupe checks, you can have upwards of 10, 15 checks in shops. Having double Mass Shards just mitigates that a tiny bit.
Alright, and we're finally seeing Leg Eater from Blue for the 4 shops goal.
4 shops, and there's that dupe claw there. Cheeky little dupe claw hiding in this shop.
First trip down to Mantis Village, coming from Banana. See whether this pays off or not.
And Blue Team also seeing that soul refill at Flower Quest. Not gonna be seeing that today. See what we have, a claw here, a Hollowness seal.
Ohko is killing some Great Husk Sentries for the goal.
Oh, there is a goal. Okay, I just missed it, I guess.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be seeing the Nailsmith on Blue's End. I believe our first Nailsmith trip on this seed.
Yes. I would not be surprised if Oko was headed there after this, though.
Mm-hmm. Trekking
Just given
through
the
sea.
sheer amount of pale ore that Teal has.
Yeah. Plenty of pale ore, and also 4 checks because of randomized nail upgrades. It's pretty dense, honestly. 4 checks in one location, basically. As long as you have the geo.
Alright, Nailsmith. Let's see what Nailsmith has.
So far, a vessel fragment and a soul refill and Garpy journal entry. We'll see what the last thing is here. Don't think we have the pale ore for it yet, but we'll at least see what it is. It is a
Hollowness
hollowness. So nothing really important at Nailsmith this seed. Don't think we'll be getting
And we're
that
seeing
last.
Our first cliff strip from Quado.
Hmm.
Interesting that we're seeing this first from Blue Team, because Teal has Stagnus stab, remember?
Hmm.
Just has not chosen to follow that up.
Deciding that there's more important things to check first, such as Watcher Knights, maybe, from Oko here. It's looking like it. One thing to know is that we do have Dream Nail, so we can call the Grim Troop and check what's at Divine as long as you have the fragile or unbreakable charms for that. You can also check what is at Grimchild. We don't have the ability to get Grimchild from Grim, but it is a check that you can check. Not quitting out this time as we have other things to check here in Cliffs. It looks like we might be seeing the Jonies play from Auto. Either that or we're seeing other things. It looks like we're just climbing up past Jonies for now. Also, I believe actually we did see Cliffs from Teal. Oko, I think, went and checked Mato and whatnot.
Yeah, we did see Gorb. I don't remember if we saw the right side at all, though.
Or the left side.
Right, left directions are hard.
Yeah. You know, right, left. Usually you just say either cliffs or deep nest, and cliffs, deep nest. You just say the area, and everyone knows where you're talking about. And then you start getting into more specific locations, and you have to start using left and right, and no one knows which way is left or right.
Banana Stream's having trouble, it looks like. That's not ideal.
Quado with this Gorb fight. Of course, very used to it. A true ending. Shriek Route Runner facing Gorb with basically the same equipment as that.
And of course, all for a soul refill.
All for a soul refill.
Okay, Banana Stream is back.
We're seeing the, I believe, 550 Geo here. 550 Geo from Mato. As we see Oko going over to the Nailsmith. Of course, nothing super important here. Nothing that can really have an effect on the seed.
So it looks like we're going to see Wingless Hollowness Crown from Celery here.
2 checks up in Crown. There's a Soul Totem and as well as the Pale Ore up here. I don't think there's anything else.
No, nothing else with these settings.
Gonna be seeing Quado trying to do the Vengefly Pogo into Stagnest. Blue not having Stagnest Stag. So that's gonna be the only way they can get there. Or not, we're gonna be skipping that and going to Jonies instead from one cursed area, from one cursed trip to another. As we see an Abyss Shriek right there from that Soul Totem.
I don't think this was as bad when you have Claw C-Dash. Although Quado is just not using Claw C-Dash.
I would honestly rather still do Still do stagless, wingsless, stag nest. Then do dark Jonies. See, resting ground stag. We have another way to get there now. And what is at Jonies itself?
And Quado is in.
Swim! That's pretty useful, if I say so myself.
Interesting. That is the first edge access we've seen.
Yep. First edge access, and we also get Fluke Worm access and Junk Pit access for blue with that.
You know, chat making the point that Quado is the Ghostbusters world record holder, and I can't deny that.
That is a valid point. That is a very valid point. So you see Celery getting the egg and Crown a trans egg. And we see Quado going through King's Pass. Look at the bingo board. We're getting it filled out here. We only have 8 goals left that neither team is marked. Of which we do have a couple random goals still.
Yeah, most of these are ones that I don't think they can do yet. One that... Oh, and a Dream Nail up in King's Pass.
I think that's the 3rd Dream Nail we've seen. Though
Yes.
we've only seen 2 from Blue and 1 from Teal. Yeah, looking at these goals, I don't think we can do... I think the only one that we can do right now that either team can do is the Lore Tablet and Kingdom's Edge, and that's just because Blue has logical access with Swim, and Teal can get there with C-Dash, with a Swim Skip as well. That's a little bit more cursed.
Teal is doing 3 moves with a Minion Charm with Glowing Womb, I believe.
Okay. Yep, it looks like it.
And Teal also just got King Station Stag from Waterways, which I believe I can't see Blue not having. And there's our Monarch Wings at 14 Rancid Eggs.
14
That's a
eggs.
lot.
It's quite a bit. Quite a few eggs. And that's gonna be needed for Path of Pain if we don't find the dupe somewhere. And there's that King Soul for Blue as well.
So yeah, Blue's just going and buying all of the Rancid Eggs that they can.
Yeah, all of the Rancid eggs. We have 3 in a row, 4 in a row now. And there's 5. How many more do they need for that?
They needed 14 total.
14 total. Looks like we have 12 right now. So we need 2 more. Or 13, maybe. 1 more at Celebra. It's possible that we see that, or we might get 1 at Essence. Who knows? I forget if there's a Nega Essence. There might be.
Celery is the only player right now using Rainbow Eggs, and this just makes me sad.
There's another egg. We have Shadeslow at Seer as well, another nail upgrade. Also going to be seeing Glade. And that is 14 eggs, so we can get that wings now. Seeing Revocless from Quado. A little bit of trouble. Need to jump a bit earlier there. But getting it, very nice. Saves 4 seconds to going around. Only a Wanderer's Journal. I believe this is also our first time seeing right side Fog Canyon from Banana here.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a wings from Teal as well? This could be another wings at the same time here.
Not sure if they have enough Rancid Eggs.
Not sure they have enough, not
They
quite.
have 11 right now total, so...
So need a couple more for that.
Yeah.
And also seeing our first edge trip from either team. Blue to going through with swim. So we see another quick commercial break.
So it's worth noting that the entirety of Kingdom's Edge right now is out of logic for blue.
Out of logic for blue. Out of logic for teal as well, because they can only get there with that C-dash skip right now.
That's correct.
And there's that Queen's Garden stack from grubs for teal. Going to be
Yeah, I
needed.
will say, I like this play from teal. 10 grubs is not that hard to do without going far out of your way.
Too far
And
out
this
of your
makes
way.
Queen's Gardens so much faster.
As well as that Dreamer at 20, basically being required. At this point, we don't have, I don't believe, any Dreamers yet.
That's correct. We have not found any other Dreamers.
Any other Dreamers. We have that dupe Dreamer at grubs, and we do need Hera for a goal. And we, of course, need 3 for that true ending clear. Not on the board, but it is something that we have to do today.
Blue checking out Distant Village.
See Wanderer's Journal there. Also going to be going over to Midwife in the Dark here.
Teal getting their second Dream Nail.
2 Dream Nails. Is that... Have we seen all 4 at this point?
No, this was the first one that Blue got. So the ones that we've seen that each team still needs is Blue still needs the one at False Night, and Teal still needs the one in King's Path.
Either of those would lead to Pathopane access, at least with that wings that Teal still needs. Not quite clearable in logic for blue, but there are 2 skips without that let you clear Pathopane without C-dash. One of them being the fireball skip in the first room, and one of them being, of course, the world-renowned.
And there's our first Dreamer obtained. Monument in Kingdom's Edge, down by Oro.
Kingdom's Edge, down by Oro. Very nice, but a bit late for that first Dreamer. We'll see if we see any others here. We do have 3 Dreamers that we can get. At least we have this Monomon here, we have the Dupe Dreamer, and we have Hera required, though we don't know where that is quite yet. And there's our 4th Dream Nail at Quick Slash.
Yeah.
Blue now having, at the very least, Pathopane access and the ability to clear it if they so choose. Pathopane also having 8 checks with these settings, so pretty dense in terms of check density. 8 checks, 4 rooms, in around 3 to 5 minutes depending on how well you can clear Pathopane. Quato also going down to that lore tablet, reading the lore tablet, telling us where Mr. Mushroom will reside once we get Dreamers, and that King Soul coming in handy. Needing that soul for the dive. And there's Weaver Song. That is a minion charm. I don't believe that blue has anything else. So
I believe they belong.
Okay.
Looking at
Oops.
Quado's screen, I did not see any.
Okay. And we are seeing
Teal
that
finding-
White Palace.
Teal finding a Rancid Egg at Monument.
And it looks like, oh yeah, they do have C-dash because they did do peaks earlier. So we have, we can absolutely clear Pathopane already at this point. And again, 8 checks, and about a couple more in White Palace gives us, I believe, total. I think that gives us 14 total in White Palace. It's somewhere around there. Path of Pain Totem in place of a White Palace, and you would think that's vanilla at first, but no, not quite.
Yeah, teal is now only 1 egg off those monarch wings.
And we are seeing that Void Heart.
Also in archives. Very interesting. And it
Do
looks
we
like blue is
see-
also 1 egg off of wings as well.
Blue does have
Blue
wings.
has wings, never mind.
We already saw those wings a few minutes
I-
ago.
Were those the other ones?
Hmm?
I don't think I caught blue picking up wings.
Blue picked up wings at GG's hut at
Okay.
Egg Shop.
Dashmaster and Queen's Gardens, 5 charm notches.
5 notches, not what we want to be seeing again for those mobility charms. Pretty heavy Sprint Master and even heavier Dash Master this seed. Good save from Quato there. There's Cyclone Slash. I think our first nail art, is it?
Yes, that is our first nail art.
First nail art. Random obtain needed for use a nail art in its vanilla nail master's hut. And blue now 1 step closer to being able to finish at least the bingo board.
Yes.
I believe the only things that they need at this point are Trampass, King Station, and Hera.
I believe blue has King Station Stag.
Okay.
I would
In
be
that
very
case,
surprised if
it's
they
just-
didn't, given that it was on the way to Isma's tier. And there's King's Brand at the Fog Canyon Charm Notch.
Seeing Celery go over there right now. And yeah, there it is. Not required for any Abyss goals this seed, but there's items down there, and it's possible that one of them is Hera.
Or Trampass.
Or Trampass. Don't believe... Did we see that from Teal? I don't remember, but...
I don't believe we have.
I do remember seeing Teal going into right side Fog Canyon, but I don't know if we saw the Charm Notch.
I don't believe we did.
Okay.
And Teal now has enough rancid eggs for wings. I assume that's going to be basically priority number 1 as soon as Ohko gets to a bench.
And Quato immediately just going all the way, full throttle ahead, full speed into Path of Pain, getting those 8 checks and the bingo goal.
So, and Celery going into archives.
We'll be seeing that Void Heart, was it in archives here? I don't remember seeing Banana. She did check, what was it? She did check the Lumaflies, but I don't know whether we saw, what was that Monomon?
We did. That was a rancid egg.
It was a Rancid Egg.
So,
Okay.
it is not something that blue needs anymore.
Yeah. Great 1 cycle. Oop.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
Ohko going
Rick
and
says,
picking up
in
those wings.
good wings. And like Rick says in chat, 19 and 17 grubs, we do need 20, I believe, for a Dreamer, so making good progress towards that goal.
Yes.
And there's our second nail art. We have Great Slash and Path of Pain, so I believe that's 2 nail arts in White Palace.
Yep.
That would explain why we haven't seen any today.
Very true. Teal finally picking up their first Vengeful Spirit. Looks like Banana's having keyboard issues, trying to dream nail.
Potentially.
This is why you play controller.
They do have Dreamnail.
Yeah.
They do have Dreamnail and Dreamgate, so. Seeing Quado make it through Path of Pain. Looks like there was Elegant Key in there as
Okay.
well. That gives 2 checks. Okay, there we go. Might have just been some room state issues.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows? At the very least, it's solved, and we do get that Grim Lantern, Nightmare Lantern from Heal as well.
That's certainly a place for a Duke Dive, by the way.
Yeah, that's 9 out of 9 spells that we've seen today. Looks like.
Yep.
And that last one in Path of Pain. There we go. Great last room there. There is a check. We don't have any more soul totems in Path of Pain, but we do have the Seal of Binding journal entry here, so do need to finish out Path of Pain.
And let's see whether it pays off for blue.
Could potentially see a Dash Slash here. That would be the most absolute content item, but no, it's simply just a soul refill.
The
Not
classic.
quite an item that we need, but we do get that Path of Pain completed and that goal marked for blue. Scaring teal maybe a little bit because they still don't have that 3rd Dream Nail to get in. We are seeing Lost Kin on teal's end. Not seeing Quado finish out White Palace, interestingly enough.
It's only one check, and I know Quado... Well, it's one check that they don't know.
One check in King's Fragment.
Yeah, King Fragment is previewable, which I'm assuming Quado has already done. So
Bit long
I
to
actually like this from blue.
It's a choice, not quite a choice I would have made, but certainly an option.
Has Teal done Deep Nest yet? No. Teal, I don't think Teal has even touched Deep Nest.
I don't think so. We did see Celery in Distant Village, but I think that's the extent of anything that they've done.
Quado was in the right side of Deep Nest early. That's where one of our fireballs was.
Yeah. We're seeing Quado chase after Ohko, going over to Broken Vessel Lost Kin.
Ohko, please be careful. Please heal.
Please. Happy to deal with Celery's enough. We don't need a second person going down 1 health every 10 seconds. Okay, there we go. And that's a Broken Vessel kill from Quado and a Lostkin kill from Ohko. And we do see that 20th grub from Banana right there. Though we don't quite see it because a little bit of restream issues. And we do see Quado heading into Lostkin as well.
Yeah.
See what we do
Blue's up
get
to 21
here.
grubs, by the way, so they have enough.
Okay.
I mean, if any number shy of 46 can ever be said to be enough.
Yeah. Quado using lots of Shrieks, lots of Shade Souls. Very... You can tell that he's used to this fight.
Yeah.
Running both Shriek True Ending and Path of Pain %, each using, respectively, Shade Soul, or Shriek and Shade. Wraiths and Shade Soul for this fight.
It was a beautiful fight.
Dream gating out and getting Lostkin's Essence reward, which is 200 Geo. Unfortunately, not quite worth it. Banana's actual stream having issues, unfortunate. Okay, looks like we're somewhat back.
Somewhat. It looks like
Somewhat.
looks like Oko is going to try to skip into Kingdom's Edge.
Mm-hmm. So we see our first Abyss trip this seed. Quado going down there. Using that King's brand.
Yes, the King's brand that I don't believe Teal has yet.
We do have the infection colored lifeblood, as opposed to the lifeblood colored infection that we've seen from Quado earlier on.
I kind of love that in a way.
All of a sudden we're on Radiance's side instead of the Pale Kings.
And Oko making it through.
Very nice. In the collector's map at Lifeblood Core, all of a sudden we will never lose another grub ever again.
Gibby.
Oh, falling into spikes. Let's see what we have at Shriek here. We have Green Path Stag, not quite immediately useful right now. We see Greta Mask Shard and what could potentially be at GPZ. We do have a Grimchild.
Grimchild.
Grimchild locks a check behind Troop Master Grim. That charm notch could potentially be something important.
Yeah,
It
that could be
could be
Hera,
that
and that could be
Trampass.
that Trampass.
The only two things that Blue needs right now. We're seeing a Hornet 2 play from Oko. I don't think we've seen that from Blue.
I don't believe we've seen that either. And I don't believe we've seen Trader Lord either from Blue.
So we're seeing two new checks that we haven't seen, though it is only just 2 checks for these 2 very long boss sequences. Banana, Fury strats.
What is TE looking like for both teams? Both teams have Void Heart. Oh no, Banana.
Banana going for the scream skip at 1 health. Not really what you want to be doing. Quado getting that Shade Cloak, a double Master Shard. We do have one more check here. We do have a Void Tendrils journal entry to check.
Yeah, both teams have Void Heart, both have access to Dupe Dreamer at Grubs, and Blue has Monoman.
And there's that Dupe
I
Wings.
expect gross, which I expect Teal to find pretty soon, given that it's in the Oro area. Oko rescuing another grub, even though the seed doesn't strictly require it. You'll love to see that.
You love to see that. Always, more grubs are always welcome.
We have no clue where Hera is or where Lurian is, but Lurian is irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, we do have Monomon. We do have the Dupe Dreamer, and we only need Hera. And Hera is required for that bingo goal. So, don't need Lurian. There's 2 Umas from Quado. Looks like that's actually 3. Is it 3? I think it is. We just haven't seen the goal marked yet. Have to believe it is, at least.
I'm sorry, Rick's one already got checked. Got checked very early.
Very, very early. I believe we will be seeing that Monomon pretty soon here from Teal, though. Monomon down below Aura here, below the dive floors. we see a stagless QG play from blue. Quado going through. Of course, that QG stag at 10 grubs, so they do have plenty for that.
That's odd. It looks like blue has just forgotten entirely about Queen's Garden.
Okay,
stag.
there we go. Now they're going to pick up the stag.
Okay. Yep. On was a Paylor.
And there's that Mon. Again, both teams still need, both still needing Hera, both still needing Trampass. Teal also needs God Tuner, another Dream Nail, and also Dream Ruler or Dream Shield. Have quite a few things that are in Blue's favor right now. We'll see whether that gets turned around later in the season.
Teal does need another Dream Nail. That was what was said. That's true. Teal checks Quick Slash. They will have that Woken Dream now.
And I believe they likely will here. Ohko looks like going for the Georock sequence, at least before going over to Quick Slash.
And not dropping a Dream Gate is a decision.
It's a bit annoying to climb back up, but not impossible. And there we go, we do see that lore tablet. Quado almost getting hit by both the Fool Leader and the Petra right before the benchmark. We'll see whether we see failed champ here. It looks like we do from Celery. Plenty of damage.
We have not seen this from Teal yet. Banana,
Teal,
please.
Banana. We do have, yeah, we do have a lot of flukes down here.
Okay, at least it's right by a bench.
Yeah.
That's far from the worst death to take.
Far from the worst death to take. And Quado pausing on the way over to Trader Lord. And it looks like, yeah, it was just a late mark on that Uma skull. So we're just trying to do as much damage as possible, just going ham on the DPS. And there we go, we do have that Woken Dream Nail from Teal. That's enough to go beat Path of Pain. And when we do beat Path of Pain, we'll have that nail art as well. So it looks like we already do have a nail art from Teal. So this Path of Pain clear is going to be actually NMG for Teal. Nail Master's Glory. We see what is at Queen Fragment.
Where was Dash Slash?
I don't know. What's somewhere? Yeah, Soul Totem. In case you need some more soul right before you benchmark back out.
And Teal going into White Palace.
We've seen everything except for the last Soul Totem. You know that there's 2 nail arts in here. Celery back on low soul, not an issue. Ooh, we have to use lavender. Lifeblood flowers from Quado. Very, very pretty. And we have a dupe swim, looks like, at Failed Champ. Would have been useful a bit earlier and still readily useful for Teal, but not for blue anymore. And we do have Lurien. Unfortunately not what you want to be seeing. We don't need Lurien at this point, we only need that Hera. It could mean, it does mean that we don't need that Dupe Dreamer, so it gets rid of a grub trip. But
Except
that's
for the
about
fact
it.
they already took that grub trip.
Okay, never mind then.
So it could end up getting rid of one for teal, but that's it.
Mhm.
And there's the dupe white fragment.
There's the Dupe White Fragment.
And there is that Stagna stag.
You might think maybe we have that Hera
Oh.
at was there something?
Dreamwielder at Kala 1.
Ooh.
So
Dreamwheeler at Colin. That is an option for teal if they want that.
yeah, that is an option, although we'll see whether or not they take it.
Yeah, I
Because
don't remember
if I'm
where.
teal, I'm
Dream
read.
Shield was.
Dream Shield was, I believe, Garpeak journal entry.
Mm.
It was in early Deep Nest.
Okay.
Dash Slash was an A mound. Okay.
So we'll be seeing that pretty soon here, actually. There it is, that dash slash from Celery. We'll see what we have here at Pale Lurker from Quato's end. You might think potentially maybe the Hera's in Black Egg, because you can have a Dreamer in Black Egg, you can have 3 Dreamers outside and 1 Dreamer inside. The 1 Dreamer inside has to be the dupe. There's never any Dreamer other than the dupe in Black Egg, so we won't unfortunately be seeing that. Though we are seeing Black Egg from Celery. We'll see what's there,
Yeah.
at the very least.
And there's Tram Pass for blue at Unbreakable Greed.
That's gonna be good. Needed for that Waterways Grub Skull. So they only need Hera now. Blue only needs
Yes.
Hera, and that's now it's gonna be their go mode. Though I don't know where that's going to be.
I think both teams have had access to that Tram Pass for a long, long time.
For eons, they've had access to that, and they just haven't looked.
Because Fragile Greed was in a shop.
Mm-hmm. And they've had Claw, Dash, Dreamnail for the longest time. Looks like
Even
Black
just
Egg.
Claw Dreamnail.
Yeah, looks like Black Egg only having Salubra's Blessing, not something that you really need. At least it gets rid of one somewhat long check that can be missed pretty easily. Opening up Hive for later. And we have Lantern. There's that Lantern. Though we've seen plenty of Dark Runes from both ends, I don't think it's needed for either team.
Yeah.
And there's that
I
Seal of
don't
Binding.
think we've seen Dark Deep Nest from either team, though. I could be wrong about that.
I don't think we have. I think we've seen Distant Village, I think we've seen Light Deep Nest, I don't think we've seen Dark Deep Nest at all. We do have Elegant Key, and it looks like Celery is going to be going to check what's behind that right now.
Yeah.
I believe that was early on in Path of Pain, so Teal going to be getting that soon as well. Quado going into Hive. Let's see what's here. We have 2 checks. We have the Mask Shard and we have the Hive Blood. We'll see what's at both of those. Hopefully soon. Hopefully without a death. Though with Quado, I'm not as worried about that.
This is even... We've not seen Tyrant. Yeah, there's some stupid stuff left. Dark Deep Nest. Shio we haven't seen. We haven't seen Stone Sanctuary.
Having a little bit of issues getting down over to this Rancid Egg. You can just C-dash off of this bottom wall. Yeah, as we have a commercial break here. And there we go, there's that C-dash. Looks like a Wanderer's Journal that have Hive Mass Shard. We'll see what's that Hive Blood here.
Did the E key ever get used? Yes. That was a simple key and a soul refill. The last 2 checks from Celery.
Have we seen, I don't think we have. Have we seen Pleasure House this seed?
No, and I also don't think we've seen Watchers.
Did see Oko somewhat heading up there, but I don't think we saw him actually going up to fight them. Alright, we'll see what's here at Hive Blood here from excuse me, from Quato. Steady body for 1. Honestly, preference if you put it on or not, but not readily useful.
Yeah, Teal needs to get to Soul Sanctum at some point for that God Tuner.
And speak of the devil, we are seeing Watcher Knights here from Celery. You can also be seeing No Eyes from Quato, as well as the Mask Shard after. Ooh, full streak and a Shades. Oh my god, teleportless? That is some RNG from Quato. Jeez. Don't see that every day. Yeah, it's a Hollowness seal.
And I believe Quad was on Neil 0, yes. It looks like Quado's going down to Shio.
Shio having the Rancid Egg check as well as Great Slash. So we do have Great Slash, so they can use a Nail Art here. And Teal, Oko, and Path of Pain, knowing that they have plenty of Nail Arts.
Yeah, Teal's actually already done that goal. Yes, Hera is all that we're missing right now on blue side.
And no one quite knows where it could be. Two Lifeblood Masks not needed. We'll see what's at Unbreakable Strength here. The double Mask Shard not quite needed, but we're gonna be picking it up because why not? We have 7 health. Why not make it 8? There's the Hera! Okay, we have Hera at Lurien.
Another French vanilla check.
Another French vanilla, and that for blue is going to be Go Mode. And you see Quato immediately already heading down into Black Egg. Already having 24 out of 25 goals. They do still need Nail Art, which they never actually used. Have a little tiny slide there. That's actually probably optimal. Oko taking a double hit 2-1 into a slash.
Oh no, Oko!
Into a slash from that King's Mold, not unfortunately dying to that
Okay.
King's Mold.
Quato realizing, wait, I still need to do that goal.
Yeah.
Where are the iframes? Iframes, I don't think work properly if you get knocked back into a hazard.
Yeah, if you take damage and take knockback into a hazard, that you will not get iframes loading back in from that. So just unfortunately taking that as we see green Hollow Knight here. Of course, the infection was always working for Un. Why would we think anything else?
Lime and orange Hollow Knights from blue team.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, Quado has done the goal.
Yes, that wasn't a scream skip. Interesting. Just hasn't marked it yet.
Yeah.
If they say GG, I'm just going to point out that they only have 24 out of 25 goals.
Yeah. Okay, they've marked it.
Okay, there we go. A bit of a late mark there. CC Radiant. Quado, being a true ending runner, very used to doing Shriek Radiance. All these Shrieks, and already into Sword Rain and out of Sword Rain. Very quick. As we see Celery also into Radiance here. Stuck in the platform.
Let's go.
Oh my god, all these Shrieks. And that's already climbed, that's so fast, wow. Quado climbing the green skies up to Radiance. And that is GG's for Quado. Celery probably not going to be too far behind here. As Teal still needs Tram Pass, still needs to be Path of Pain, still needs God Tuner from Sanctum, though I think we're going to be seeing that pretty soon here. And also
yeah,
that
God
Hera.
Tuner is deep in Sanctum.
And also needing still that Dream Wielder Dream Shield.
Yes.
We're taking quite a bit of damage. Celery.
Celery, please.
We've seen enough
We've
one
seen too much
HP.
1 HP.
We've seen plenty of Fury shenanigans. We don't need to see any more. A little scary. Ooh. One hit from death. Please. One hit from death, and those
Just be
beams are not
patient.
being nice. Just be patient, and there we go.
Yep.
That's GG.
GG's to Quado and Celery.
Quado and Celery finish. Probably going to be seeing, hopefully going to be seeing Oko and Banana finishing here. We are using that E key. Not quite anything useful in there. Again, King State, right the stack to King Station, not marked for heal, but they do have access to it. Not an issue at all. Okay, finishing up Path of Pain here, hopefully getting through the last room this attempt. Not quite. Quado in chat saying we do a little forgetting to mark goals. All good.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
And look, is it really Imagine this tournament if everyone remembers to mark all of their goals on time?
Alright, Oko back into the last King's Molds fight. And there we go, clearing it this time. Completing Path of Pain. And also getting one last check. All for something that's so insignificant that I already forgot what it was.
It was a soul refill.
It was a soul refill. Of course it was a soul refill. It's always a soul refill at the end of Path of Pain, and there's always no reason to do it, unless it's a bingo goal, and then there's a soul refill. We're also going to be seeing the last couple of checks in here as well. We do see that Sanctum play from Banana. That's where God Tuner is going to be. We see nail 4 from OhkoXar. Gonna make Dream Warriors a little bit annoying, but shouldn't be an issue, especially with all this damage that they have.
Yeah.
And there's Soul Master done. Did we ever see Soul Tyrant? I don't believe we
No.
did.
We
Okay.
never saw Tyrant.
Never saw Tyrant. Tyrant probably not having anything important since we didn't see it.
DLC White Palace rooms.
DLC White Palace rooms. I haven't seen this room or this part of the room in months at the very least. Maybe over a year, depending on. No, I think I saw it about a couple months ago. A very good saw squeeze there.
Yeah, those hitboxes are quite lenient.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they can be. Sometimes the looks can be deceiving. Should be seeing this God Turner very soon on Teal's End Banana in Sanctum.
Yeah, we just got it on Milko's end.
Soul Totem going to be what it is. And there it is, that God Tuner. And I don't think we ever saw... Did we see the last Soul Totem? I think we did, actually.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Let's see what that was. Once again here.
It may have been Hidden Station Stag.
Oh, it was simply a Wander's Journal.
Okay, Wander's Journal.
Okoan a little bit low health. Has plenty of solo heal though, and as well as a wing mold if he really needs the health, or he can just get a charm notch from Nana.
That also works.
Yeah. And of course getting it first try once you got full health. A classic.
Naturally.
Some fast volleys on Banana's end.
Yeah.
We'll see what was at the Soul Totem here. Didn't quite see Quado get that earlier. It is a simple key. We've had plenty of simple keys this seed. I think we have at least 4 at this point. Can't believe that we don't. Alright, and that is White Palace completed in its entirety for Teal's End. Seeing a couple things here in Sanctum, it looks like. And there we go, there's Oko finally riding the stacked King Station. After so much waiting and immediately warping back to King Station. Do have a lot of damage, so this shouldn't be an issue right now. Okay, and we head into Pleasure House. I don't think we've seen Pleasure House.
I believe that is the case.
We'll see what's at these 2 checks here. This Wanderer's Journal is a Soul Totem. And we'll see what's up here next to Poggy Thorax, the Rancid Egg. Right here next to this Husk. A double Mask Shard, and it looks like that's 8 for heal right now. Oh no, it is 9. It is 9. So they've found every Mask Shard, looks like.
Not sure if they have Fragile Heart on.
It is possible that they have Fragile Heart on. Yeah, I think it is, because, yeah, it only has 7. So not quite. They have found half the Mask Shards, though, and that's still a feat. Not quite as much in a Blackout Rando, but... And we are seeing Tyrant right here. We'll see what's there.
Yeah, unfortunately we know that this is not necessary. But it's content, so...
I have to wonder, it looks like we're going to be seeing Oko heading up to Kalo, which is, I believe, where Dreamworlder was? It was either Dreamworlder or Dreamshield.
It was Dreamwielder that was up here.
Okay. So we could see that for that goal.
Yeah.
We could see Kalos being done here. And there's that Lurian. Not quite what you want to be seeing. You need that Hera for that being a goal.
I'm a little surprised to not see Teal chasing early accessible locations more. Because of how early Blue marked Wielder Dream Shield.
Yeah. And of course that tram pass being pretty early accessible. Hera also being pretty accessible also is hopefully some health for Banana, not having any soul for healing. That streak not gonna do much. And yeah, not really anything you can do to dodge that. The orb and the shockwave coming in at the same time.
That's unfortunate.
We're gonna see Pale Lurker here. They really don't want to do that call over Dreamwheeler or Dreamshield, but they might have to if they start running out of checks here. They won't be running out of checks, but they might run out of time if they find both that tram pass at Divine and Hera at Lurian.
Yeah.
Which they could. Banana's in City right now, and it's possible that she goes over there after this.
I think that's a little unlikely because Oko has Spire Bench already.
That is true. Spire Bench makes it a bit easier to get
struggling
there.
a little bit. Yeah, Oko just bailing on the King's Idol. You need to cling there earlier than you would for most acid skips.
Yeah. Looks somewhat similar in timing to QGA. Maybe a little bit easier. Also having a little bit of trouble with Pale Lurker herself. 1 health.
I think the idle skip is significantly easier, but maybe that's just me having a natural feel for the timing. I don't know.
It's possible. I haven't done it enough to really know.
Good question, Kali. I actually don't know the answer to that.
I would have to think that she has. It's also possible that she hasn't, though. In preparation for potentially having to do Dream Warriors.
Okay, so Oko on his way to Watchers, it looks like. So that will be Hera.
That will be Hera. And now they only need that... They really only need that Tram Pass at Unbreakable Strength. I don't remember where Strength was for Blue Team.
It was also Inspire.
It was also Inspire. Okay, so they could finish.
Yeah, that could guide
in
them.
the next 10 minutes. He's even taking another death to Soul Tyrant.
Fielder is at Hollow 1. So Oko could just do that afterwards. And Oko knows it.
There is also the problem of, do they go and check Unbreakable Strength after this?
Yeah.
Because that's something easily missed, even when you get Unbreakable or Fragile Strength.
Banana sending Oko Lifeblood right after the Watcher Knights fight.
Of course, the classic timing means. And there's that fragile strength.
Also, watch nice geochest is vanilla.
Is it vanilla?
655.
That's vanilla. Of course it is. There's been so much. We have gallons upon gallons of vanilla ice cream in this seed. Dearest Amothity.
Yeah, that's true. Divine checks are relatively new.
And there we go.
And there's that
harem.
harem.
Yeah, not immediately going to that, to Divine, it looks like.
Yeah, this is why you practice if you're not 100% familiar with the settings already.
Yeah. Oko going over to just do Enraged Guardian. CD2 not having anything important now. That.
Okay, Banana going into Deep Nest via Fungal Core, so this could lead to that Dream Shield.
Mm-hmm. And that would be very, very nice for Teal right now, because they don't need to do Kalos.
Yes.
I'm checking where there's any checks that haven't been checked yet. That's just Georocks there.
Showing off Shrogos.
Amazing. Going to Deep Focus. There's nothing important at Deep Focus. You need to go check that. Check those divine checks. That's the only way you're going. That's the only way they can finish is with that divine check. There isn't a duped Trampass anywhere in this seed, so. There is that Shopkeeper's Key, not quite something that's gonna give you that Trampass, but it does send you back to Dirtmouth, so hopefully he remembers that at this point. And also that NMG, you can see that back there.
Oko does not have Grim Troop summoned on his side, and we won't see that because we know Grimchild is at Grey Prince Zope.
Yeah. How could we see that from Oko? It's possible that we see it from Banana. It's also possible that we do see Oko go summon the Grim Troop. It doesn't look like it though.
It's a good point from chat. We are seeing Fragile Charms bought.
And hitting down through Deep Nest here. If she decides to go right, we could see that Dream Shield. At the very least, getting the bench. Looks like we're going to be seeing Banana at the very least going left first. So we see Oko, yeah, going down to cliffs and summoning the Grim Troop, probably.
Yeah, that's what this looks like. And Banana is heading over towards that Dream Shield location.
Or going to Joni's? Joni's is dark. We'll see if Oko's confident enough to be able to get this. Going again, looks like. A lot of bench flies, though. These bench flies are going to be after you the entire time unless you reload the room. Already inconsistent with how much they can drift, but more so once they've been aggroed. And there's that C-dash. Does make it to the final climb part.
And yep, there's that dream shield.
Mm-hmm. Does make it through Joni's. That resting ground stag. Don't believe there was anything here at Joni's itself. There's swim. Swim not really gonna help here. It does unlock the King's Idol behind Pale Lurker. Noko doing some other housekeeping things before warping out, it looks like. It looks like, yeah, we're gonna be seeing that Grim Troop summoned.
Yeah.
Maybe we might see a very quick finish here, depending on whether we see that tram pass from Fragile Strength. Alright, and yeah, we do see that Dirtmouth warp. We'll see a couple Fragile Charms one at a time. You can only really check one at a time. Let's see what we got first. Unbreakable Heart gonna give a Rancid Egg. Would have been useful earlier for that Wings. Not quite as needed right now. Taking off Heart, putting on Greed, and we're going to be checking the second item here for 450 Geo is going to be
This was
a
the
tram pass. Okay, it wasn't Strength then. It was the Greed.
It
Okay.
was the greed.
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah,
But
this
that
has been
is-
accessible for forever, basically.
Yeah, it's been here for a while. And that is go mode for Teal. We have 24 goals, we have True Ending, and we just have to go to Waterways and get that last grub. Looks like Banana immediately going to Blackout to finish.
Yep.
And Ohko having trim here. Yeah, luckily having Dirtmouth Stag open only has to go right. Go right and down into Infected Crossroads. Go over to Black Egg and head into the Radiance fight. An hour 40, a bit over hour 40, maybe an hour 45. A bit of a long seed, but not the longest I've seen by a long shot for Blackouts.
By a long shot.
Depending on item randomization settings, I've seen 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. And that is the last grub in Waterways. Going to be marked here. And Ohko also heading down into Black Egg.
All of them, like, if Dash is late, you can definitely see some 2+ hour
Oh, definitely.
seeds.
We have to heading into the THK fight. The THK fight. And Ohko on his way there as well.
Password Banana is yet to beat Radiance, so yeah, good luck to Banana on that.
Good luck. We do have Pure Nail, we do have all spells, so definitely it's possible that we see that today. There's that green Nail. Oko getting the final scream as well, going to be following shortly behind here.
Get your Hollow D's in chat.
Hollow D's. So you see the ball of light, the moth, the radiance. Both runners starting the fight. Lots of health, lots of health, lots of lifeblood, lots of damage to work with.
Yeah.
Already Spike 4 on Banana's end. Already Spike 4 on Oko's end as well. Already going into Sword Rain for Oko. Banana trailing just a little bit behind.
There's Sword Rain for Banana.
And there's the stagger. Oko getting the instant teleport, that second shriek
That's
missing.
unfortunate.
A little bit unfortunate, not quite getting that max damage output. Though with Pure Nail, it shouldn't really be an issue for, at least for Oko. Pretty seasoned Rando veteran. He's been out for a while. Banana at 3 health, a little scary. At 1 health, but we are in climb. Let's see if she can get it here. Oko finishing the climb, getting that last hit. Alright, we have the last parts of this climb here. Ooh, that was scary,
And
but that is
GG
GG.
for Banana.
That is GG.
Hello.
Right.
Hello,
Yeah,
GG's.
that is GG's, and yeah, we'll get everyone in here. Celery, if she wants as well.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Yeah. GG's everyone.
GG's.
Yep.
That was a fun race.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a lot better than my first Vandal, so I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, nice one.
We actually finished this time.
Exactly. Okay, let me go ahead and end my stream.
Alright, yeah, GG's to both Quado and Celery getting that a bit faster, 116, 117 compared to around 140, 145-ish for Teal. And Blue does move on to the next round. Unfortunately, Teal going to be eliminated from the tournament. Yeah.
It was a fun while lasted.
Yeah. Quado and Celery will be moving on to face Ash and HC.
Yep.
So, any questions, comments?
Anything from chat if you all want to ask something as well?
Yep. Feelings about the seed from our runners?
I was just happy that there was vanilla wraiths in the seed.
There was so much vanilla this seed.
We have gallons upon gallons of vanilla ice cream on this seed, and French vanilla as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Hair being
Also-
French vanilla, Crystal Heart being French vanilla, Wraiths being vanilla, and 2 vanilla geochests.
Wow.
Had so much this seed.
We have questions of Hamathadi.
We have questions from Hamathadi. Dearest Hamathadi,
I've already demanded a refund.
We would like you to inform you that you're Rando, and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that Path of Pain, yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Taking that instant 5 damage.
Oh boy, that's up. Mm-hmm. And in case, never mind.
Hmm. I believe actually at the beginning, Teal was like pretty significantly ahead, getting to Claw and getting to Dash.
Dash
And
and Ismas especially. Claw
Mhm.
wasn't as much, but definitely to Claw to Dash and Ismas and
Mhm.
Zelda.
That makes sense.
What were your thoughts on the what was going through your mind when you found that Dream Wielder, Oko?
I'm like,
Why was
the Dream Wielder, I'm like, okay, if we find Trampass, I'm just gonna have Banana finish up while I do Kala 1.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That Dream Wielder. The Dream Shield luckily was somewhere in Deep Nest though. You
Mhm.
Yeah.
did end up finding that, didn't have to do Kalos at all.
Yeah, I was ready for it. But don't get me wrong, I was just like, would really prefer to find that Dream Builder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The swim's a little rude
Dream
to seed
Shield.
as well.
Yeah, swims were not nice this seed.
I had to do QGA into Kingdom's Edge.
Had to do that swim skip with C dash.
Mm-hmm.
Quano,
Yeah, early.
I have
Yeah?
a question for you about something early on in the race that I found interesting. I saw that when you that you went to the sports room and whatnot, you actually skipped Moss Prophet once and just straight went to Deepness. What was your thought process behind that?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay,
So,
that's what we thought.
yeah, it was kind of embarrassing because I was like, I picked up Sports Room and I was like, okay, don't forget the Moss Prophet.
Mhm.
And then like Celery asked the question, then I like
And then
got
you just go
distracted.
down.
I
It
was
happens.
thinking like, do I get the grab or not? And then I just forgot. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do like early QG, and then it did not pay off.
Mm.
Yeah, a little embarrassing, but yeah.
Did get that goal eventually though, and not too far later either.
Yeah.
All right, I think that might be it then. If there's nothing else that any of the runners or Maso on comms, anyone in chat wants to say. There's one question. Was there anything at Grim Notch? I don't think we saw Grim fought at all today because Grimchild
Yeah.
was at GPZ.
I went ahead and checked in the
Goodness.
spoiler log when it was there. It was Bastio Crystal Guardian.
Bastio Crystal
Gotcha.
Guardian. Just a simple 385
Yeah,
PO. Nothing
if
super important.
If we
Yeah.
did all that, we would have been very disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, first off, good job, Quado and Celery. I hope you guys
Thank you.
luck on the next match. And, well, chat and comms cute. Alright. Yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah. And one other kind of interesting thing is just how early that tram pass was accessible and how late you both got it.
Yeah, it was late for both runners.
We did kind of forget about the greed at Celebra for a while.
It's Banana just simply did not know what fragile charms they could be sold at.
That's
to
fair.
find.
Yeah, it's relatively new.
So I actually had to go get the thing myself.
Yeah. I also didn't have a dirt mouse tag whatsoever, so. And then I found out that I could have gotten there through the dirt mouth. I did not have the dirt mouth bench, and then I found out I could get there through the dirt mouse tag. So I'm still learning a lot.
Still learning, still a lot of things to learn, but definitely a good showing of the rando of both teams. both finishing within that pretty significantly within 2 hours. Blue
Yeah.
a bit faster.
Yeah, like this is not an easy format or an easy tournament. So for being relatively inexperienced, you did a really good job.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and thanks for participating. GG's to both teams once again. GG's to Blue for the win. Blue going to be moving on to the next round. Teal once again, unfortunately eliminated. But yeah, we'll see how this tournament keeps unfolding. GG's to
Yeah.
both teams, and thank you to Mazo for calming with me. Thank you to Kale for restreaming this race as well.
Yes, thank you, Sawa, for volunteering to calm this at the last minute. Kali, thank you for volunteering to restream this at the last minute because that's a lot of setup. And thank you again for participating, racers, and chat. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and that's going to be doing it. We have another race in 23 hours. We'll be showing that off. But until then, that's going to be it for us. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next round.
Bye.